and maths. Before I introduce your mentors to you all, I want to know how is everyone doing today. Good evening to one and all. It's a Wednesday and I hope everyone will join at the earliest. We will just give everyone 1 minute to kind of figure out all the technical glitches and Zoom issues before they join, and I introduce your mentors. It's good to see all of you all in the chat. Awesome. I'm just going to pause for a minute. And before I introduce you all, I will get started. Okay. Once again, welcome to everyone to another masterclass for your Mindler internship program. This one is called STEAMscope, where you are going to explore careers in science, technology, arts, engineering, and mathematics. Let me introduce both your mentors to you today. We have with us Dr. Sunita as well as Anandita. Dr. Sunita is a passionate mentor and a science enthusiast by profession. She is known for the interest she shows in helping students navigate the challenges of making career decisions. Besides being a physics researcher with around 9 journal publications in her name, she has also taught and mentored a diverse population of students in their academic and professional pursuits for more than 2 decades. She has witnessed the effort put in by every student before they reach their dream of academic success. The knowledge and the experience have allowed her to gain a greater understanding of the support of the next generation of students, their struggles, and how to best support them in carving out a decision regarding their careers on their own. Thank you so much, Dr. Sunita, for being here.
Hello.
Before I hand it over to you, let me also introduce Anandita, who is an internationally certified career coach who is extremely dedicated and passionate about guiding students in their educational journey. She is a mechanical engineer who has an expansive experience of over 12 years working in the automobile industry. She has worked on numerous projects while working with India's biggest OEMs like Maruti Suzuki and Honda motorcycles in areas like manufacturing, design, and development. Being a woman with a successful STEM career, she is now using her vast industrial experiences to guide students into making more informed decisions about their career choices. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mansi, for that generous introduction. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Before, I am now going to take a pause. I am going to hand it to our panelists for the day today. I hope all of you all have a pen and paper or something ready, because I know how interesting this session is going to be. It's going to be full of so much information. Keep something handy or ready. And if you have any questions, write it down, because we will have a 5-10 minute Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, note it down. We'll definitely make it a point to answer those. Over to both of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mansi. Yeah, Anandita.
Okay, let me start. So STEM, that we all understand, it stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It is a fascinating and rapidly evolving field. STEM contributes to the advancing of any nation's economy through innovations. The stream covers a broad range of subjects, professions, occupations. They are highly considered to be evolving. They are growth-oriented, and some of them are has high earning potentials. In recent times, due to the rapid advancement of technologies, the number of roles that STEM expertise is required are increasing and growing enormously. Today, we are going to discuss the career opportunities and the education in some of the selected areas under the STEM domain. Now, November has arrived, 1 week already gone. The class 12 students must be very, very busy with their preparations, their school curriculum, their coaching classes, tuition classes. They are preparing for cracking entrance examinations. They are preparing for their board examinations. And some of you must be very busy with the application process of study abroad programs. Now, All these preparations are worth it if you have clarity and you have finalized what program will you be studying in your graduation after 12th. Now I'm asking to you, audience, how many of you have finalized what you want to pursue in your graduation? Let me know in your chat. Great.
Quantum computing.
So many, kind of. Somebody is saying kind of, yes. Yeah. Variety of domains, variety of answers. Great. It shows that most of you have figured out what will be their plan A. Now, it is also important to have certain plans like plan B or plan C for the worst case scenario as well. Now, when you are looking into this plan B and plan C, you might also consider other entrance examinations, or you want to concentrate on improving your scores in your class 12 to get that secondary preferences. Great. So today's master class will be covering some new, exciting, trending areas, the career opportunities in these areas under the domain of STEM. And we will be also talking about the importance or how to define a STEAM career. I know you heard it right. STEAM, STEM, STEAM, will come to that towards the end. So Sunita ma'am, good evening and welcome to this session once again. I'll be putting a lot of questions to you here. And we'll be interacting and discussing about a lot of fields and areas. I hope our students will be as fascinated as I am right now. Can I start?
Yes.
Okay. So the explosion of technology and the abundance of data around us, it has created a huge amount of demand for experts from science and technology backgrounds all over the world. This demand is very high, not only in the IT sector, but also in other sectors apart from IT. We see that many educational institutes are also coming up with new and enhanced programs, new curriculums, and new courses under the computer science domain. Can you throw a little light on how a student can go about selecting these courses?
Yeah. Good evening, Anindita, and very good evening to all students gathered here. Trying to make a smart career choice while you are in 11th and 12th can seem to be like a very big task for you. I know there are so many questions that will arise in your minds. For instance, what you are really passionate about, what will be the good earnings, which course or which career will provide me good earnings, what makes, will my choice make a big difference in the future world of careers? Or will I still have options if I decide to switch careers sometime in future? So as Anindita mentioned, there are a huge number of careers under each domain area of STEM. And the progression that we see in technology is adding more opportunities for future. Hence, it is very important for all of you to explore more about the careers under your interesting domains and find answer, or I would say convincing answers to the questions that arise in your mind through proper interaction and research to be able to finalize your options. So coming to the question asked by Anindita, yes, the advancement of technology, like what you can see in the slide, like whatever it is, AI and machine learning, data science, blockchain, cloud computing, AR, VR technology, and more higher end technology has transformed our lives and will continue to transform more. So these technologies are becoming increasingly complicated and interconnected. So we are aware that cars, airplanes, medical devices, all financial transactions all rely on more on computer software than ever before, right? Making them both harder to understand sometimes, and in some cases harder to control also. So these technologies have created a lot of new opportunities in abundance and also play a very important role in transforming the existing job roles. So for example, if we consider artificial intelligence and machine learning alone, you have many roles under it. AI engineer who is responsible for developing programming and training complex AI models, big data engineer who plan, design, and develop administer big data of the organization, machine learning engineer, AI solution architect, business intelligence engineer, machine learning specialist. You have data analysts. They perform data mining, data cleaning, and data interpretation also, right? So you have data scientist, you have DevOps engineer, cloud engineer. Nowadays, there a new kind of engineering is coming up that is called as NLP engineer, right? And developers, they create and implement NLP applications and solution, natural language processing, right? So they design and build softwares that can process and understand human language, such as chatbots, virtual assistants, and sentimental analysis tools. All these roles are coming up. But basically, for all these roles, what is the education I need to have is a computer science degree. I need to have a computer science degree, right? So when these roles are coming up, where for whichever role you take, whether it is AI or machine learning or any type of advanced technology, it is you should have a focus in mind that I should be excellent in mathematics. My excellency in mathematics is counted. Apart from this, my familiarity with different programming languages is also counted. So it is very important when we are choosing these as an undergraduate program, it might end up like I cannot complete the course or something. So I don't see that, I don't mean that everybody will have that problem. But we have to assess ourselves what is our mathematical excellence and how familiar are we with programming languages, because these roles and these areas are possible even by having a computer science degree. BTech in computer science, it's more than enough. So after 4 years of graduation, you will slowly and periodically acquire the mathematical skills, and also you will acquire the familiarity with more programming languages, which will enable you to lift this course and end up in completion and move out as a get into the jobs related to these technologies, right? So we have to keep in focus about this. And the second thing, as Anindita was telling, there are numerous courses that is available in the market. Right. So it is very important nowadays, if you see computer science degree alone, apart from computer science engineering, information science engineering, and information technology, you have computer science and electrical engineering, which they call it as computer engineering. So students can easily misunderstand that computer science engineering is same as computer engineering again. So those students who have to take that computer engineering will have to deal with electrical engineering plus computer science. So the student, if he or she is not good at physics or mathematics, a higher level of physics and mathematics, it becomes very difficult for them to complete the course. So even computer science with electronics engineering is there. Computer science with communication engineering is there. Computer science with business system is there. Computer science with management, that is, design system is there. So there are numerous courses that has come. So what I recommend to the students is, for these courses, it is important for us to, when you are choosing these courses, it is important for us to look into the curriculum, what the curriculum is giving for you, where you will be landing in the career area, which area you will be landing. That becomes very important before choosing these courses again.
Rightly said, ma'am. Absolutely agree with this point that it is important for the student to do the groundwork, get into the research, look into the curriculum, so you understand where you are working. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll move to the next domain, environmental science. So we understand that environmental science consists of living organisms. It consists of earth, part of earth, land, water, air, atmosphere. Now, with the advancement of technologies all around us, the impact of human actions have been massive on this environment. The entire world's focus is now on environment and its sustainability. What do you think? Is it the right time to focus on careers related to environmental science and sustainability?
Yes, Anindita, one more thing. See, one of the major aspect of any environmental science or studies job is solving problems. So hence students can look for a varied and challenging career in this area. So we have a lot of growing concerns around us, right? With the usage of energy and other valued stuffs, other valued pieces of stuffs that is being used largely from our environment, right? So this has led to resource depletion, climate change, pollution of air, water, land, noise, thermal, whatever. So hence what has happened is all the nations are come and investing more on this particular area called environmental sustainability, believing that they can restore back the glory of the earth, which is highly impossible, but still we are making our attempt to do it. So through carbon management, green energy, environmental conservation, water conservation, energy efficiency, all these are required to a larger extent. So the need for sustainable practices and finding solutions for these concerns have become mandatory to survive in the in Earth. So careers in environmental science and sustainability are on high rise right now. Professionals in this field work on renewable energy projects, sustainable resource management, environmental policy, focusing on safeguarding water, reducing waste, recycling packages, limiting the use of plastics, and more.
Right. A lot of areas, environmental science as a subject, one can imagine it is only about environment, but it is basically about conservation and following practices to help environment towards sustainability is a major part of it. Ma'am, a lot of students have confusion that should they study biology, life science instead of environmental science? How do you see that?
So when it comes to environmental issues, a single person or a technology is not going to solve our energy or environmental problems, right? It is going to take the contribution of everyone and all the technologies. So when you consider this environmental science, graduates can contribute from any discipline of natural science. It can be biology, it can be chemistry, it can be physics, geology, ecology, atmospheric science, earth science, life science, agriculture, public health, and engineering. So these graduates, they will be engaged in finding solutions for the existing problems and issues experimentally or by building instruments or creating mathematical models that simulate the problems to identify the cause or to mitigate the cause or find solution considering the scientific and quantitative aspects of environmental issues. So here, I would like to say something for the students. A bachelor's degree in environmental science offers a broad approach of natural sciences. So students can take biology, chemistry, geology also, even if it is not. BSc in environmental science is possible. Otherwise, BSc in biology, chemistry, geology, physics is possible. But students should go for, there are often hydrology courses is also there, waste management courses is also there. So if a student want to reach to a PhD level, those students will find advantage or to the major that is specific to natural science. So BSc environmental science, they will study about everything. They will not master any particular area there. So when it comes to physics or chemistry or geology in the undergraduate courses and going for environmental science in master courses will help them to concentrate on one particular subject. So those who have done physics, they look into the physical, that is physics way of finding solutions. Those who have taken chemistry, they will look into the chemical process way of finding solutions, right? So for those students who are going to that PhD level, they should go through natural science area rather than environmental science degree. And when it comes to this environmental science degree, there are also engineering available. That is, environmental science engineering is also available for the students. Apart from this engineering, you can also go through civil engineering, or I can have an undergraduation in civil engineering. I can have an undergraduation in chemical engineering. I can have an undergraduation in mechanical engineering and then go for environmental science engineering also. This will equip them more. So when it comes to environmental studies from science perspective, see, when environmental studies can be from two perspectives, from science perspective as well as from humanities perspective also. So when it comes from science perspective, you will be finding solution for the existing problems through scientific method. And from humanities perspective, if you see, you will be finding solution for the problem that is through anthropology, sociology, psychology, political science, geography. So like that, you will be finding solution for the problems to stop humans to make larger impact upon the environment. So these are the two ways how they can contribute to that environment.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Ma'am, please elaborate a little bit on various roles that are available in this environmental science sector.
See, when it comes to environmental science, if I say zoologists work in zoos, meteorologists study atmosphere, microbiologists examine microscopic life, oceanographers, what they do, they examine the water depth, right? So whatever it is, all these are connected to environmental science, and they are focusing on finding some solution to the environmental issues from their path. So
Correct.
if I have to throw more light on it, like environmental consultants, scientists, all these people are from variety of area. It is not from one particular area. Policymakers, engineers. When it comes to engineers, as I told you, mechanical, chemical, environmental science, water resource management. Apart from that, remote sensing specialists, data analysts and scientists are required. Geospatial analysts are required. Renewable energy analyst, conservation biologist, water and air quality analyst, what else I can say, waste management specialist, officers, engineers, natural resource managers, economists, and sociologists. There is an increase in the demand for green jobs. If I have to explain about green job, positions in agriculture, manufacturing, R&D, administrative and service activities who aim at preserving and restoring the environmental quality at the highest. So these people are of high demand in the companies across construction and manufacturing industries.
Right.
So these are some of the industries which make a major impact in the environmental impact due to their activities, right? So for the past 1.5 years or 2 years, there is a considerable increase in sustainability managers, environmental consultants, ESG analyst. It means environmental, social, and governance analyst, safety specialist, design engineers. And if you see, environmental service and waste management industry has experienced an astounding increase, like 1,765% annual growth in the hiring activity. If I say everybody will get a shot, because these are the areas that are required for any nation right now, and every domain areas are focusing on sustainability. So definitely the first thing that you asked me, is this the right time? Yes, it is the right time to invest on your studies regarding environmental science, focusing on environmental science.
That was absolutely insightful. I'm sure the students must know so many areas are already there. So many roles, the variety of roles are so much under environmental science. So our dictionary has improved. Ma'am, about earth science, we think that earth science is only about the earth, the solid part, the water, the land, the air, the atmosphere. What are other areas in the sector?
See, we all know earth science is something that belongs to physical sciences, which is one of the broad categories of science. It is a study of physical process that includes geology, oceanography, meteorology, and astronomy. So it focuses on understanding the structure and dynamics of the earth, its atmosphere, oceans, and other features, right? So when it comes to this earth science, the scientists, they use variety of tools and techniques like remote sensing, computer modeling, and field of work to study and understand what I can say, earth systems and process, etc., right? So the knowledge gained from earth science research can be used to make some informed decision related to natural resource management, hazards mitigation, and environmental policy are some of the areas. So definitely there is a connection with environmental science again with respect to earth science. Now, if you see the major areas, oceanography, if you see, it is a study of science, world of oceans. Oceanographers, what they do, they investigate various aspects of oceans, including the physical, chemical, and biological and geological properties. As a result, there are numerous roles that are available under oceanography. So students can go. So I have listed some of, we have listed some of the careers that is there in the slide. So for becoming any areas in that way, you need to have either a bachelor's degree in civil engineering or mechanical engineering or naval architecture or shipbuilding or environmental science engineering. And in the master level, you will have to go for MTech in oceanography, also ocean technology or ocean engineering, if you are going from engineering background. Here also, you can also go from what you say, science background also. So students who are interested in physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, earth science means geology, microbiology, applied science, agriculture, they can have undergraduate degree in any of these areas and do masters in oceanography in their masters. So like that, they can end up in any areas related to oceanography. Now, when it comes to Master of Science, you have oceanography, you have marine biology. Marine biology is one of the important area there in oceanography. And that is another thing is, as I told you before, ocean technology or ocean engineering. All these are possible for. So what the students will do is, from the science background, if they are going, they can be, if they are going from physics, through physics, they can be a physical oceanographer. If they are going through chemistry, they will be chemical oceanographer. It means physical oceanographer, they study the physical properties of the ocean, including its temperature, salinity, currents, circular patterns. They can also go for seismology, that is finding out how the earthquake is happening. All these are from physics background. Now, a chemical oceanographer, if he does an oceanography, masters in oceanography, a chemistry person who is doing a master in oceanography, they will be looking into focusing on the composition of seawater, including the gas, nutrients, pollutants, how it is affecting the marine life. Those things they will be looking. Biological oceanographer, they will be looking into the planktons, fish, and marine animals. They investigate about the ecosystem, food webs, all these things. Geological oceanographer, they again cover the structure and features of the seafloor. So like that, there are innumerable opportunities under this one area alone. So you have a marine geologist also is there, marine ecologist is there, marine biologist is there. Each one will be doing different area. So the basic thing is, undergraduation, I can have any broad sciences, natural sciences, where I wish to work. And in the masters, I can go for any of these, whether that is oceanography or marine biology or any of these. It depends upon my interest where I want to land it. Now, coming to geology. Geology is nothing but the study of earth. It includes structure, composition, and process. So geologists invest a wide range of that is topics related to Earth's history, features, and natural resources. So you have a lot of options here. Geochemistry. Again, here you can do either BSc geology and go for masters in geology, or otherwise I can do any science. I can do physics, chemistry, or biology in my undergraduation, and then I can go for geology again. So if I am doing physics and doing geology in my masters, I will be called as geophysicist. if I am doing chemistry in my undergraduation, and if I am doing geology in my master's, I will be called as geochemist. So geochemist are somebody who look into the chemical composition of rocks, minerals, and fluids within the Earth's crust. So like that, there is one more very important thing what called as hydrogeologist. Hydrogeologists are somebody who study the groundwater, including the flow, quality, and availability. So they help managing the water resources, address water contamination resources also. This is one area which is highly required right now, and it is of high demand right now. So they can go for hydrology directly, or they can go for hydrology in their masters also. No worries. Now, another area under this segment is meteorology. Meteorology is about Earth's atmosphere, studying the weather patterns, climate. So it holds on some roles and specialization within the field, as weather and climate have very much impacted our daily life, even the industries and the environment, right? So here also you have broadcast meteorologists who work in the television and radio, delivering the weathercast and updating the public. You have operational meteorologists who give information about the forecast for aviation, maritime, and emergency services. You have climate scientists who look into the climate patterns and trends. You have agricultural meteorologists who help the farmers in understanding about the plantation and harvesting and the crop management depending upon the weather condition. Hydrometeorologists who look into the precipitation, including the rainfall and snowfall. So there are numerous opportunities available as meteorologists also. So earth science is a huge area, and there are enough opportunities under this area which most of us don't know actually.
Right. It is absolutely interesting to know so many areas under earth science itself. Ma'am, I'm now moving to another interesting domain. So you said astronomy is a part of earth science, right? We learn about beyond Earth's atmosphere in astronomy, the universe, the celestial bodies, sun, moon, stars, planets, and so on. Now, astronomy and space technology has used technology to explore space, and in the last decade, if I talk about, the technological growth in this sector has been enormous. There has been a lot of changes in this sector. Specifically talking about India, now with our recent achievements like Chandrayaan, Aditya L1, a lot of young minds are now exploring the space science to pursue space science as careers. What are the possible areas in the space science domain?
Yeah, it's a good question actually, and it is aligning with the recent thing. Yes, Chandrayaan 3 has made thousands of students think of pursuing a career in the space industry.
Absolutely.
The project has fueled interest in STEM fields, which includes new generation scientists. I will call them new generation scientists,
Right.
engineers, and technologists who has that willingness, right, to drive India's scientific progress. Absolutely, space sector is one of the fastest growing industry globally, and it is expected that a worth of $3 trillion by 2040. Okay, so despite this, it is a multidisciplinary field that has a broad range of professions, starting from satellite design, space tourism, to climate monitoring, weather forecasting, GPS navigation, to telecommunications and environmental monitoring, asteroid mining. So a lot of areas are available, right? So now if we can see in the slide, these are the I have just given only few areas like astronomy, astrophysics, astrometeorology, astrobiology, astrometry, astrogeology, and the list goes on and on. So here what happens is you will be, that is, these are the areas where you invest your time in research. Like now, if I want to become an astrophysicist, then what will I do? I will have to go through, I will have to do my BSc in physics, and then I will have to do my MSc in physics. Then I will have to do research, because if you want to become a scientist in this area, you have to be a PhD holder with a research in a particular specialization. That is, so that here I can also do BSc physics, I can also do BSc geology, I can also do BSc chemistry. So, and I can also do BSc in biology and get into different areas of specialization, either in the masters or do PhD in the related field again. So, if from engineering background also, I can contribute to these areas. Now, when it comes to engineering background, I will be explaining about the engineering. I can explain about the engineering background later, but still, these are the some of the areas that is there available for the students.
So yes, ma'am, it is very fascinating and actually a rapidly growing area, which not only is focusing on people from science background, but it also is looking for professional with different backgrounds and different skill sets also. So it would be great if you can explain what are the other opportunities available in this sector.
See, as I told you before, this is particular industry which requires professionals from all areas. Now, let us consider any mission in the space industry. You need engineers to design, build, and maintain the spacecraft, right? Or you need a computer programmer to write code, so that the spacecraft can perform tasks. So these computer programmers nowadays, they are expecting that they should be good in the data analytics. They should be good in machine learning with programming skills like Python, C, C++. These are heavily used in astronomy again. And students from engineering background like mechanical, electronics, and electrical engineering, they are somebody who associate with the instrumentation project that is coming up, like making a polarimeter or making a telescope. For all these things, these engineers make a very good partner. And the flight controllers are required to ensure everything is running smoothly. Lawyers are required to ensure legislation is in place for the launch. And as I told you, astrophysicists, they are somebody who analyze data and illustrate the cosmic phenomena. Science writers are required, because these science writers should be definitely from science background or physics background, because they are somebody who communicate these science discoveries to the world again. Now, apart from this, you need a large amount of ground team, which will ensure the mission is happening properly, training the astronauts, ensuring operations running smoothly and as planned as per the astronauts schedules. We have ISS, International Space Station system, that are designed and developed only by the scientists, engineers. Doctors and psychologists are required to, that is to study the effects of microgravity on human body, find ways to overcome the barriers on human space flight, etc. Right? Now, a bunch of roles are available, I would say. Now you have scientists, as I mentioned before, astrophysicist, astrochemist, astrobiologist, astrometeorologist. All these comes from under science background. So these students, they will have to do BSc in physics and MSc in any of the specialization, whatever they want, and then PhD. Apart from this, you have research institutes that is giving BS plus MS program also. All the research institute as well as IITs give BS plus MS program also. Through that also, they can specialize in one particular science and go ahead with their respective research. Now, engineers, if I say about engineers, you need aerospace engineers, computer engineers, software engineer, electronic engineer, mechanical engineer, electrical and electronics engineer, optical engineers, instrumentation engineers, material science engineers, robotics, propulsion engineers, communication engineers. So all these engineers. And in this, it is always important that we need to take a broader area like mechanical or electrical in your undergraduation and then go for any specialization in the master level. That will make them very that decision will be sensible. So these students, they will have to do BTech 4 years, MTech, and then go for PhD courses. Apart from this, you have technologists and technicians also required for the process. Technologist and technician is, technologists are somebody who assist these engineers and scientists for doing the experiments, conducting the experiments. They are technologists. They can be from diploma background, or they can be from BSc or MSc graduates who have not done that what you say, PhD part also. They can be from that. They are highly technical oriented. They assist in conducting the experiments.
Right.
You have technicians who are from diploma background. So when it comes to these technicians assist this technologist again. So they work with the scientist and the technologist in doing these experiments or making the machine operate in the operate mode, looking into the calibration. All those things are looked into this. Health scientists are required. Health scientist means they are from biological background. So they can be from immunology, life science, or microbiology, or nutrition, or physiology, or even psychology. These people are health scientists. They can also do BSc in the respective areas and do MSc and then PhD also. So as I told you, doctors are also very much important, because whenever anybody travel in space, bones, muscles, organs, eyes, and ears all are affected, right? So they can also lead to bone and muscle loss or reduced cardiac function, or even blind. They can become blind. So these things are managed by doctors who are specialized in aeromedicine. So these doctors, what they have to do, if anybody wants to get into this area, they will have to do MBBS and then go for MD in aeromedicine. And I feel proud to say that Bangalore is one institute here in India. We have an institute for aeromedicine, which is the only one available throughout Asia. So that is one thing where they can get into those. See, that is one proud moment which I wanted to share it.
Absolutely.
So apart from this, when they are moving to the space, when they are orbiting the Earth, they are exposed to radiation. So there can be very complicated problems which they have to take on, right? So these are some of the areas that is required from the health side. Now, apart from this STEM field also, this particular industry requires accountants, managers, supply chain, distribution and logistics, statistician, administrative roles, accounts officer, and mass media professionals, photographers, producers, public relations specialists, technical writers. All these jobs are always available from the space industry.
Now, also we are looking into space tourism. Who knows, we'll be vacationing on Moon or Mars. So people from hospitality background. Yes.
Anita, that is one of the biggest thing that is going to happen, because everybody are trying to move on to the space and look into, see, the exciting feature there is going to the space, experiencing the microgravity for some minutes. That is one thing. And the second thing is looking the Earth from space. These are the two things that people are excited about.
Yes.
But to get into this people who are going there should be educated with respect to how they have to be there, the food habits, all these things, they need to be educated.
Their adaptability to that situation
is provided through space tourism course that is currently coming up in US first.
Yes. Absolutely amazing. I guess a lot of students in the audience, they would like to know this question. Not all the students who are aspiring to be into the space sector, they can go and be placed in ISRO. Are there any other organizations or institutions which provide them with that career opportunity?
Yes, of course. Not all students can be placed in ISRO. ISRO placement is done through centralized recruitment board. And there is one institute in Trivandrum, that is IIST, where
Right.
students who are studying there will have a direct recruitment to ISRO based on certain conditions. Apart from this, ISRO, DRDO, ISTRAC, there are space research organizations, physical laboratories, aerospace companies, planetariums, observatories, astronomical equipment manufacturers. Even there are a lot of MSMEs who give job opportunities for the students. And also there are many private industries that were there for 30 to 40 years. Nowadays, you can see after this space exploration has started in a faster mode, you can see a lot of new age startup that has entered into the space industry. And I would say the current generation students are lucky enough, because during our time, getting into the space industry was a very big dream, and we had to depend upon only government agencies. But nowadays it is not like that. This new startup has lots of opportunities in satellite, missile, spacecraft manufacturing, software development, and more. So currently we have around 140 registered space startups in India today, and it is going to grow more with the success of this Chandrayaan-3.
So fascinating to know this, ma'am. Thank you so much for that. I'm now shifting my focus a little bit. Now new technologies are coming. Way of working is also changing. The new technologies also require STEM professionals to change the way how they are working. It requires the integration of arts into STEM. So now we are talking about STEAM. Now the audience knows why we are emphasizing on A. I would like you to throw some light on it. What is the A in STEAM? And secondly, is all STEM careers same as STEAM careers, or there is a difference between STEM careers and STEAM careers?
Yeah, that is a good question, Anindita. See, STEAM education is all about applying creative thinking to STEM projects. So igniting the imagination and creativity through arts. It also explores where art naturally fits into STEM. For example, the A in STEAM can be liberal arts, where the student can and have philosophy, ethics, sociology, history, civics, theology. It can also be language arts, where foreign language, sign language, creative writing. It can also be manual arts that includes architecture, landscape design. It can also be physical arts such as dance, sports. It can also be fine arts that is traditionally you see drawing, painting, sculpting. So arts in STEAM denotes all these areas. Okay, so integrating arts with STEM aims to use creative skills and knowledge such as design, writing, and history to help STEM employees solve problems in innovative ways. So we can see the reason in two ways. One is arts is about discovering and creating ingenious ways of problem solving, integrating related principles, and presenting information by adding the elements of art to STEM, right? So students here are expected to use both sides of the brain, analytical and creative, to
the
do
right side
innovation.
and the left side of the
brain. Yeah.
Okay.
The second thing is studying arts subject contributes to the development of essential skills like collaboration, communication, problem solving, coordination, critical thinking, active listening. All these are required for STEM professionals. Why it is required for STEM professionals? Problem solving, critical thinking are the heart of STEM innovation. So future STEM professionals, whether it is scientists or engineers or technologists, with diverse expertise will need to find a creative solution for the emerging challenges, because all the new age careers that is coming up, it is not only with respect to advanced technology, it brings in lot of challenges along with it. Overcome those challenges, or to find solution for those challenges, this approach is very much required.
Right. So,
and Yeah. Also,
please go
if
on.
you see closely into the current trends, the employment market of the future is adapting itself to growing technology and set some demands to fewer hard skills. It means most of the tasks are being performed by the computers nowadays, right? So instead, they need people who can put information into the human context.
Correct.
So, like you asked me, shall we consider all STEM careers as STEAM careers? It's possible to include elements of arts and design in many STEM careers and refer to them as STEAM careers. But there are some important difference between the two. When you look at STEM versus STEAM, now the STEM primarily deals with technical, analytical, and data-driven aspects of the various discipline.
Right.
Now, this requires a systematic problem solving and critical thinking, right? So, we call these as hard skills. They are learnable and enable the individuals to perform specific tasks. In contrast, if you see STEAM, it not only explores hard skills, but also incorporates creative thinking and applied arts, right? So we call these skills as soft skills. So it is not learnable, but it can be built through experience while interacting with the people. So the key point is that not all STEM careers naturally incorporate art and design, right? For instance, a computer programmer might not directly use artistic skills in their coding work, right? However, a user interface designer working in the same software department will apply artistic principles to create visually appealing and user-friendly interface, making it a STEAM aspect of the project. So both are from STEM only. But the art part, who is using? The user. So it depends upon, it's more accurate to consider certain STEM careers as STEAM careers when they actively and intentionally incorporate art and design elements into their process and outcomes.
Right. So we can say that it is all about breaking that barrier and embracing this new softer skills to certain aspects of STEM, right?
Yeah. So if I can give you an example here, aerospace engineer.
Yes.
Aerospace engineer is a strong STEM field, but it can be it is called a STEAM because aerospace engineering includes science. It includes technology. So science means scientific principles to design and test aerosystems. It uses technology to like artificial intelligence, machine learning, smart automation and all into it for designing purpose, right? It includes engineering, where natural sciences and advanced topics are utilized to design, develop, and test aerospace systems again. It includes mathematics, a very high level of mathematics indeed, I would say, trigonometry, integral equations, Fourier series, all these are included in this. But also, it includes arts. It is important to recognize that that is all these aerospace engineers, they need to have very good aesthetics, the aesthetic and the ergonomic design of aircraft and spacecraft. Their cabins, control panels, user interface are very important to keep comfort and safety for the crew and the passengers. So it becomes a STEAM job. But can a physicist become a STEAM job? No. Physicist cannot become a STEAM job. A chemist cannot become a STEAM job, right? So there are differences where there is a clear distinction between which are STEAM jobs and which are STEM jobs again.
Very, very enriching. I'm sure the audience and the students have a lot of questions also. We can also move to picking up few questions here. Can we have some from the chat box?
On the chat, we have 6 minutes. We'll do question and answer for, let's say, 3-4 minutes before, because I have a few announcements. So anyone who has any questions, go ahead. We will take them up now.
These emerging domains offer a lot of exciting opportunities. It's all about the students have to now, just have to embrace all this. They have to translate their theoretical knowledge into practical experiences, be curious, ask questions, innovate, right? I hope they have gained a lot of knowledge from this 1 hour session.
Yes, sorry for the comments in the chat, but I can see, can I do MA in criminology after BA in economics?
After BA in criminology is something that is based on psychology. So I wouldn't say that economics can lead to criminology. You will have to have a career undergraduate program in psychology.
Okay. The next question, the LLB. Can we pursue marine biotechnology even if we haven't taken biology in 11th and 12th? You mentioned there is an institute from where we can directly be recruited in ISRO. Can you please tell me the name of institution? Thank you so much for today's session. It was very informative.
See, the institute is Indian Institute of Space Technology. It is located in Trivandrum. The admission criteria to this institute is through JE Advanced. So you will have to clear JE Mains and then do JE Advanced also. So that is one institute, and the direct admission to ISRO is through what you say. There are certain conditions where you will have to maintain a CGPA of 8 or 8.5 throughout all the semesters of that. So based on those conditions, you will be provided with the job opportunity there in ISRO.
Anandita, do you see any interesting questions? Because I see a few. There is something that says criteria of psychology.
I am in commerce. Without mathematics,
Yes.
how can I pursue aerospace? That Supriya, to get into aerospace, you need to have very good level of physics and mathematics. So you need to be from PCM background to get into aerospace.
I think Sahana asked, why isn't anything about commerce? Because this panel was about STEAM and STEM. We have another panel that will be all about commerce. So give it a little time. Next week, we have this panel. Do you think a career in veterinary science has a lot of scope in India, and do you think it's worth it?
The career in veterinary science, definitely it has its own scope because it is about treating animals, right? So anybody who is interested, who love animals and who wants to do that, definitely they can do. And in abroad also, yes, of course, there are enough opportunities abroad also. So currently there are good opportunities lying under this because it is always about animals and those who love about animals, right? So again, it can also, veterinary science doctor can also contribute himself with conservation of wildlife. And there are many opportunities focusing on veterinary science also. It is not only about treating animals again.
Someone has asked, can you please guide me for cartographer or cartography?
See, when it comes to cartography, you will have to do BSc in geography and then go for masters in cartography. That can be a best possible. And for cartography, mathematics is essential, and your design aptitude keeps you perform well in that area, and it is not mandatory.
Okay, unfortunately that's all the time we have because I want to make a few announcements. And Anandita, can I go ahead and share? Acha, you sharing? No.
Yeah, I can do this. Okay.
Sounds good. Okay, so this is for all the rewards for all the leaderboard winners. So congratulations from batch 2. We can go to the next one. From batch 1, congratulations to Rebecca, Vaibhav, Pradeep, Bhavi, and Samarth. All of you all have once again been on the leaderboard for batch 1. Congratulations. You all have been doing a great job. From batch 2, congratulations to Swati, Natasha, Lakshika, Ishika, and Vaishnavi. Again, even you all have done a splendid job. From batch 3, I want to congratulate Anshika, Pragya, Mahi, Amir, and Hadika. Guys, all of them have been on the leaderboard, but remember, Friday is going to be the last batch. So that is going to be the last opportunity for you to refer your friends when it comes to the Mindler internship program. So you still have 2 more days to go ahead, tell your friends or anyone you know in 11th and 12th grade about this internship and climb onto the leaderboard. In terms of the assignment, from batch 1, we would like, from batch 1 and 2, we would like to congratulate Divya Lakshmi, Manushri, Gungun, Aida, Jaskirat, Shreya, and Aya. You all did a very good career backtracking assignment, which is why this award or this reward is being given to you all. So congratulations. I hope you all win more assignments as well. For others, I'm sure you all have put in a lot of hard work, but maybe they just stepped up a little bit more. So I would recommend you do that for all your other assignments as well. Going forward, what is going to be your assignment for this week's masterclass or this masterclass? We want you to think about any researcher, right? Or we want you to think of pick out any article or video that you may have seen recently in the scientific field. We want you to share your perspective about it with us and how this can develop any impact on humanity, even at a small level or a large level. You can cover all the benefits of it, you can consider the risks of it, anything you like. So repeating, what is this task going to be? You identify any let's say, I don't want to say breakthrough, but something that is a great article that caught your attention, and then share your perspective about this with us. Right? Of course, there is a deadline of a few days. Please make sure you submit it before the deadline gets over. Other than this, we also know that the quiz is going to be on for a few days as well. Going forward, if you haven't already done the assessment, go ahead and do it now. It's going to help you understand what are your best fit careers. Maybe this masterclass has also helped you identify which careers basis your assessment can also help you go forward, or how you can plan forward, right? Going forward, if you already know, we've already discussed this. These are the 6 dimensions that you're going to be tested on, and what are things you should keep in mind when doing your assessment. And going next, your next masterclass is going to be harnessing creativity in careers. Like I said, today was all about STEAM or STEM. Your next masterclass is going to be all about creativity. So be ready for that as well. Other than this, if you haven't already followed us on Instagram, go ahead and do so. For batch 1, 2, and 3, we already have a WhatsApp community. If you don't, I'll just ask Anandita to stay on each batch for 10 seconds so you can take a screenshot in case you're not a part of it. If you are, you may already be getting notifications and messages about the upcoming masterclasses and any announcements that are needed. This is for batch 1. Going to batch 2. Again, remember, the whole purpose of the community is to just get constant reminders about when masterclasses are there, if you've missed any information about your tasks and assignment. Let's look at batch 3, because we are 3 batches. Our 4th batch has already been onboarded, and our last batch gets onboarded on Friday. You don't want to miss this opportunity to help your friends be a part of this amazing internship. Going forward, if you haven't already downloaded the app, please do so on the Play Store or the App Store. And with that, I would like to conclude today's masterclass. I hope it was really informative for all of y'all. And I hope you all were able to take away a lot from this session, maybe get your questions answered. If you feel like there are still more questions that you want to ask Sunita or Anandita, write to us on internship@mindler.com. We'll see when they can respond to it, and we can get back to you at the earliest. With this, I wish you all a happy Wednesday. See you for the next masterclass. Thank you and have a